Good evening, friends. It's very good to be here with you this night, especially for this joyous occasion. I have had the great blessing of being able to attend all of the IID dinners that Jackson has been able to host, and every one gets better every year. So it is such a heartwarming experience to see all of you here. It has been my honor to be asked this evening to say a few words about a spiritual reformer and the impact that he has made on our world today. And as someone who has been a lifelong member of the United Methodist Church, I can say that this person has had a profound influence on me, since his thinking has shaped how I conduct both scholarship and ministry. Over the years, his influence has grown worldwide, so that now his theological reflection and religious insights have spread beyond his native home to generate a truly international movement of millions of followers. His vision was as simple as it was powerful: to transform the dead traditionalism of a dying religious ideology into a vibrant and living faith based on the inner fire of the individual believer's heart, a heart that is devoted to God as well as committed to social transformation of the wider society into a civilization where high human values take precedence over the abuses of monopolized political power, consumption-based industrialized materialism, religious bigotry, and social exclusion. His sermons preached a religious humanism that emphasized the importance of understanding salvation as something both intensely personal and inextricably social at the same time. In other words, no one is saved in isolation. He taught that unless you are making a difference in your community to better it in the direction of greater love, hospitality, wisdom, compassion, forgiveness, reconciliation, and inclusion, then the outward appearance of the disciplined methods of your religious practices mean very little in the eyes of God. He challenged us all to join the common human community of believers who hold faith in the power of divine grace to transform human brokenness into something immeasurably beautiful, valuable, and enduring to God and to each other. As a teacher myself, I have come to deeply appreciate that one of the central means of creating this social transformation, this religious reformation, this spiritual renewal of the personal heart together with the neighborhood, was through the founding of schools and educational institutions. Through his example of personal character and his theological teachings, he inspired countless followers who, over many years, created loosely knit grassroots communities that challenged the overly doctrinal authorities of the religious elites and began to build schools that focused on a modern education which embraced the contemporary world and its values of rational inquiry, scientific method, human rights, nonviolence, and democratic principles. Indeed, over 1,000 schools later, throughout many countries, the movement he inspired has also helped to move his native country from a totalitarian society to a truly democratic one, where the rights of minorities are protected under constitutional guarantees and not the favoritism of a single imperial ruler. Now, since I introduced myself earlier as a United Methodist, you probably have an educated guess of the religious reformer and spiritual teacher to whom I am referring. However, if you think that it is John Wesley and the society that he transformed was 18th century England, then you may be surprised. The person I am in fact describing is the 20th and 21st century inspiration for this community of believers, IID, and many other organizations like it, who are our hosts this evening. In other words, the Turkish Imam M. Fethullah Gulen. Now, time does not allow me to say all that I could or would like to about this religious visionary and the changes that his teachings and followers are making in the world to make it more humane, just, peaceful, particularly in their work in education, interfaith dialogue and cooperation, service to civil society, and personal spiritual renewal. However, I hope that if you are here for the first time this evening, that you will take a few minutes at some point in the future to learn a little bit more about this great man and the movement both within and beyond Islam that he has inspired. I think you will find yourself greatly encouraged to see that the goodness of human beings, empowered by the loving grace of God, is still quite alive and well all around us. Thank you, and good evening.